Hello, Imaginers. It is Kyla Martin coaching you to the career and life that you imagined. Out here on our land today, where we now are living permanently. And we also just returned from a trip. We were vacationing, seeing some family, working some, living the life we imagined. And it got me thinking about returning from vacation. When I used to return from vacation in corporate America, I would feel kind of like I had post-vacation blues, and I would lament that I wanted this to be my permanent life, and I wanted the freedom and flexibility and joy that I felt when I was on vacation. And upon returning to our land after this trip, I realized that's how I feel now. I returned and felt peaceful. I returned and felt happy. I returned and realized that I'd missed our land. And behind me is that beautiful view that never gets old that we happily return to. And I was thinking about when I used to work in corporate America, I used to believe that I would have had to leave for a period of time and go on a trip. I talked a lot about potentially leaving for a year, taking a year off, going on a trip around the world. And then as I started to do the work that I now teach, what I realized is that I could create the life that I wanted, and it could be my permanent life. It didn't have to be a vacation. And that's what I have done. But back then, I didn't understand. I couldn't comprehend how I could have done that. I didn't have the tools. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and there was a great quote in it about the dream life that we imagine is usually not obtained because we're waiting for the right time. And I used to feel that way. I used to think, well, I need to learn more. I need to save more money. I need to educate myself more about how I'm going to create this life. But in reality, the way that I created it was by taking small steps and by making one small decision and then making another small decision. And while I was doing that, starting to work through what was coming up. So you've heard me talk in past videos about there's really two things that stop us from creating the life we want. One is our fear, which is baked in to our biology, kept us alive. But the second one is our belief system. So I talked in the last video about our belief systems. And normally those are the two things that hold us back from creating the life that we want. It is not motivation, it is not willpower, it's not know-how. It's literally overcoming the beliefs, understanding the beliefs, creating new beliefs that serve us, and then understanding our fear, overcoming our fear, understanding how it's trying to protect us. And with those two pieces of the puzzle, we can start to move to the life that we want. So we're in spring, we're coming up to summer. Thankfully, in our society, people are getting vaccinated and starting to get slowly back to normal life, quote unquote. It's going to take some time, but so many of my friends and family and colleagues are starting to plan trips. And it's been a long time since most of us have gone on a trip. It certainly was for us. But I want you to think this week about if I could create the vacation life for my day-to-day life, and I didn't have to come back and have those post-vacation blues. If this could be the life that I get to live every day, that I wake up excited and joyful, what would that look like? What would it even include? What time would you get up? Would it be with an alarm or not? What would you do first? How would you spend some time just being instead of doing? What would those elements look like in your beautiful vacation dream life? Because you can have it. I promise you, you have everything you need. I am not a unicorn. I have just worked through some of the leftover fear and belief systems that held me back. And you can do the same thing. Everything that made you successful in the life that you have now and all of the magic that you've created, you're going to use those same capabilities, that same determination, that same beautiful magic and tenacity to get you to your dream life. So this week, think about, what would my magical vacation life look like? And start to write down what those dreams would be, and then start to think about, how could I take some small steps toward it? And as you're taking those small steps, know that the fear is going to come up. You're going to bump up some of your belief systems. And I encourage you to kind of look at those. I always talk about kind of take them out of your brain, put them next to you and look at them. Decide if those serve you, decide if they're going to help you. And if they don't, maybe it's something you want to shed. But your vacation dream life is out there waiting for you. And it is, the only thing standing between you and that is, again, just cleaning up some of the things that our old biology used to keep us alive that we don't need anymore. You know that I am here to help you in any way I can. Check out my website at kylamartinconsulting.com for some free resources. And as always, I'm cheering you on to the career and life that you imagined. Have a great week, everyone.